sort of like, what could they do better that you see come in here and you're like, I really wish more people would like do this or stop throwing this in there?
Well, we take construction and demolition debris. So we get debris from new construction, old construction, tear downs, remodeling, if people are replacing the roofs, if people are doing anything in their house. So the way that people can really increase their recycling would be to, instead of their garbage going to a transfer station, which basically takes it to a landfill, would be to bring it to a place like ours, or use a company that brings it to a place like ours where we sort and separate the material, and no more than 25% is actually going to landfill to be used.
Sounds great. Are there any common misconceptions about recycling that maybe you've heard and you would like to clarify?
Well, I think there's different things that, different uses for recycling. There's recycling, there's reuse. So, like our material, because it's construction and demolition debris, can't necessarily be used to remake a new product. Some of it is, like our roofing shingles are melted down and used as for road base, as part of the road base fill. But stuff like our wood, which is not clean wood, it's more dirty. So our wood actually goes to Wisconsin. It's used, they burn it for energy, for electricity, so it's a good use for that. Our cardboard actually, and our cardboard is clean and dirty, it's mixed, but they do take that and they probably eventually ends up going back to China at some point and being used to repackage all of our items, and it comes back here and then we send it back there, so it goes full circle. You know, metal is used to, is melted down again and used for new products. So
Sorry.
I think the biggest thing that people can do is to make sure they ask their contractors or whomever is taking their debris, ask them where it's going. Make sure it is being recycled.
Alright. And I don't know if you would know this, but how much material do you recycle a year roughly, do you know?
Last year we took in approximately 80,000 tons of material.
Wow. And do you pick up the waste, or does a separate company pick up the waste?
Our facility is open to anyone, and there are outside companies that come in here. C&D does not have any trucks. We have a sister company, Active Disposal, which has roll-off containers, but we have, you know, the majority of our business comes from outside companies, and it could be anything from a small guy who has a small pickup truck to a large company that has many trucks and is doing large businesses and everything in between.
Okay. Although you don't pick up the waste, do you have any possible idea where you get most of your waste? Perhaps schools, office buildings, but because they bring it to you, you don't?
I mean, I just want to clarify, we're not taking in like garbage that people are throwing out, so we're not taking in your garbage. We're taking stuff from construction projects, and I'll take you back so you can see. So it's coming from new construction, old demolition of existing buildings, and then remodeling of
So it's primarily industrial and construction, not municipal?
Not municipal, not so much municipal.
Yeah,
not municipal waste, like MSW, municipal solid waste, no. Like when you see the garbage trucks coming, they are not bringing their stuff to us. We're not getting that.
Okay.
Alright.
To clarify.
How much does it cost to have a recycling plant such as this built?
Many millions of dollars. It's a huge capital investment. There's a lot of machinery in here. There was cost of putting up the building, so it is a very large capital investment.
Alright. And how crucial do you think it is to have a facility such as this in a community?
I think it's great. We put it in Northbrook. Northbrook was very supportive of it. Northbrook is a very green community. They are one of the few villages that actually has an ordinance that mandates recycling of construction and demolition debris. Currently, it's only Northbrook and the city of Chicago that have it, so we're fortunate that we live in a pretty progressive community that's really on the cutting edge of doing these types of things.
Yeah. And just our last question, what do you do with the recycle materials that you, with the materials that you get that you don't recycle? Like if they're just dirty.
Yeah, well, there's always going to be some stuff that's garbage and that will go to landfill. So, not everything can be recycled, and we're always going to get garbage in and things that don't have markets and can't be recycled. But, you know, recycling is growing all the time, and as more end markets evolve, hopefully we'll be able to recycle more things and have markets for them. But, you know, currently there's not markets for certain items that just end up in landfill. There's nothing you can do about it.
All right, well, thank you very much. Could we see a tour?